Monkeys. Hi. We have a very special episode tonight in that we are joined by the lovely Sally Schulze of Halsted Vodka. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
It's rare to have a guest into the Drunk Monkeys, be blinded, catacombed thing.
I feel very honored.
Excellent.
Thank
I'm
you.
glad. Do you feel honored?
I feel honored.
I think I do too.
Oh, yeah, it's going
We're all
around.
really honored.
So far, it's going great. We're all on top of it.
Yeah. So Halsted Vodka is a Chicago vodka that gives a part of its proceeds to the gay community, and it's also a really good vodka.
I know.
I
We
like
hit the
it a
high
lot.
points. Yeah, we are a Chicago company, and all created right here in Chicago. And what makes us unique is a couple of things. It's, like you mentioned, a really good vodka, which we will taste in a moment. But also, 15% of our profits go back to the gay community right here in Chicago. So it's a good drink and a good cause.
I love that. So how did you get started? What was the motivation and impetus behind, like, vodka? Yes, let's do this.
Doesn't everyone always think that?
That's
Yes,
a good
let's
point.
make
All right.
vodka.
Fair enough.
But beyond that, it was basically a group of friends trying to figure out how to do something that would help out the city. We wanted it to be Chicago-based, and we wanted to work with a community that we've worked with before. And a lot of people in this group had worked with the GLBT community throughout the years. And vodka kind of came up as an idea of, first of all, it's a fun thing to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
And also, it was a way to really work within the community. So people are going to be drinking vodka, you could all of a sudden put this label on it, and then they can help out the cause. As they're drinking it, they can also help out the community at the same time.
I love that. And I love that it's a very distinctive bottle. Like the label. How did you come up with the design
You know
for
what?
it?
We worked really, really hard on this. For about 3 years, we worked with focus groups in Chicago, specifically up and down Halsted Street. A lot of people there helped us come up with what's inside the bottle and the outside of the bottle, and that's why the name is there. We wanted it to pay tribute to the street right there in Boys Town, of course, and it also people know that is a Chicago street. It's very, iconic. But, the bottle, the label, a lot of people helped us come up with these, and we went through different processes, different looks until we landed on one that we really loved. And I just love the bottle. I think it always looks so cool. And as for what's inside of it, that was also equally important. And all these taste testings as we tried to come up with the right recipe, because we wanted a vodka that tasted like something. So many vodkas these days, they don't taste like anything. You just they're made to be mixed with other things that get you drunk.
Right, and not taste it. This is a
Exactly.
way to not taste
We wanted
it,
something that actually had character, had a boldness to it, and good flavor as well.
Wow. Awesome.
Do you want to taste it?
Yes.
Yeah, why not?
So-
have a little
distracted.
sip, so-
She's like fixating on the bottle. Like, when is she gonna pour
When
it?
can we
Come
have
on.
that's inside the bottle?
So when did you start the company? How long have you guys been in
We
production?
haven't been around that long, so it was a year this past October. So about
Oh,
a year and a
wow.
half. Yeah. So
Happy anniversary.
Yes,
Congratulations.
I know, very exciting.
It
I'm
seems
giving
like
you.
it's-
I'm giving you a. You got
Hey,
bigger
wait a
taste.
minute.
Sorry.
Look at this.
Try that again.
Come on.
She likes me better.
That's a big old swallow.
Thank you. We're just
taste
gonna
it.
sip on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go ahead.
Yeah,
Cheers.
Wilson. Cheers.
There you go.
So we make it differently than other vodkas. Most vodka is made in metal stills. We make ours in a glass still, which is very unique.
I like
What do you
it.
think as you sip?
That's good.
I like it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And because it's made in a glass still, it doesn't have that burn. So when you drink it, you don't like shudder and go, oh.
Oh yeah, there isn't that like post.
Look.
Yeah.
It's smooth. It goes down smooth because we make it in the glass. When you make it in the metal, that's what gives it that burn. And then you have to distill it a lot to try to get that metallic taste out. Well, we don't have to distill it very much. So then you also have the flavor coming through. We make it with corn and wheat, and you taste the grain in there. A little bit, I think, of sweetness almost comes through from that grain, and Rocky Mountain water that we use to make it. And it's just a nice pure taste, but it has character. It tastes like something. I mean, I know a lot of people that just drink it straight or with a twist. You don't have to do much to it to make it drinkable.
I feel like
Yeah.
it's good. It'd be a good sipper, or like with tonic or something, or club soda. But then also, if you put it in a cocktail, you would still taste it, which is good.
Right.
I think
Makes a heck of a martini.
It has that. Yeah. It has that. We've tasted the moonshine.
Yeah, but to say the
before.
white whiskeys. And,
Yes, the white
yeah.
whiskeys and stuff like that. And I think that there is a, now this is obviously not white whiskey, but it has that depth of flavor that's.
She likes the corn stuff.
I like corn.
That's in there.
I like I like the moonshine. This is much better than moonshine, by the way. But it is. But it's got that. You're like right. There's the sweetness to it. There's a little bit of that. You can get the edge of the corn on it, which is nice. It tastes. It's got several layers to it instead of it just being like, ow, hooray, I'm
right,
drunk.
or like we're drinking this just to drink it. Yeah, it does have a nice like sweetness that you can sort of savor it a bit. I have a question about the still. When I think of a glass still, I think of like this giant, transparent, crazy thing of liquid. Is that what it's like?
That does sound really cool.
Doesn't it? Like something futuristic and maybe it's bubbling.
I mean, it is. It's not giant because we make this in very small batches and it's handcrafted. And with the glass still, it's such a unique way to do it that we know of. There's only 2 in the whole country.
Oh wow!
So there's not a lot out there, but it's not, this giant commercial thing. It is in this small place that makes it for us, and we looked long and hard everywhere to find this place to make the recipe the way we wanted to, and we're very happy with how it all turned out.
So how did you discover the glass still, and then how did you know? I would never know that there was a glass still, period.
Right.
So how did you find that flavor was different and therefore better, in some people's opinions, but for this than the regular like copper still?
In a way we just stumbled upon it, but again we went back 3 years trying to find the right recipe and the right place to make it. So trying things that didn't work and then finally getting closer and closer to what did work. And it took a lot of research and a lot of time, and also just talking to a lot of people who know their vodka and know how to do this. And one of the partners in the group worked in the spirits industry for a long, long time, so was able to go and travel to different places to see how other places made theirs, and then finally landed on this place where we get to make it.
Nice.
We're quite happy with it.
Me too.
Everybody's happy.
So you've been around for a little over a year. And I feel like you've taken Chicago by storm. You're very active on social media, which is awesome, and the product I feel is springing up more and more places.
We're trying to. Yeah, we've been feeling quite lucky with how many places are willing to service. We're in retail locations where you can find us, but also a lot of bars and restaurants service now. Because I think it's because when people hear our story that we give 15% back to the gay community, and we're partnering with some groups that are all right here in Chicago. So people like that side of the message, and then if we can get in there and get them to taste it, they realize, hey, this is really good. And they're going to be willing to maybe make some space on their shelf for it or push something else out to get a Chicago vodka in there that's also a very good tasting vodka in there. So people have welcomed us. It's been nice.
That's great. And I would imagine, like, especially in Chicago, because the spirits industry has been booming lately, which is awesome. And Chicago's, taken off with so many great new ones with Leatherby and
Caval.
Yeah, like all these great companies that have come out, and as far as I don't know if it's because you're like, oh, I'm from Chicago pride, that you like it better, but I think that it's great stuff. So I feel like with all the saturated market with the crappy like flavored Pinnacle, that's our arch nemesis is Pinnacle.
Yeah, we've had an arch nemesis.
We do. They don't know it yet.
They don't know, but we. Or maybe they do. I don't know.
Oh, yes.
But I mean, of course, like those are a dime a dozen, and
there's so many bottles of
support
vodka.
your community.
You can go to the liquor store and it's amazing. It's mind-boggling, really. You see just dozens of different bottles, and it's hard to pick. But that's why I think when you see one that's from a Chicago company that gives back, and we're the only spirit that does that. We're the only spirit that gives back like this. I mean, 15% of our profits. So I mean, that's something. I think it makes the choice easier because there are so many out there, but this certainly narrows it down. And then once you taste it, you realize, hey, it's really good to boot.
Yeah. So with the giving back, do you give to charity organizations? Do you where does it go?
We like to find organizations that are, definitely in Chicago, that are about community building, about a spirit of acceptance, about equality. But we're small, so we work with groups that are small as well. We can't go out and write a huge check to places. It's just not how it's going to work for us. But
Yet.
Someday. So we work with smaller groups And we want to form lasting partnerships. We don't want to just, give a few bottles of vodka here and be on our way. We want to work with groups over the long term and create relationships with them. And like, for example, Chicago Gay Men's Chorus, we've done many events with them. They're a great partner for us. The Legacy Project we've worked with, Gay Prides and Plays, another one that we've done a lot with. So again, smaller groups that also may be having a hard time getting funding from other places. We're a small group, so it's a good partnership.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You kind of pick and choose and be
Sure.
like, this month we do
Right.
this.
And we try to do it quarterly, and hopefully, as we go on, we'll be able to do a lot more. But as we get started, we have to pick which ones we can't say yes to everybody at this point. But it's been a great experience too, to get to work with a lot of these different groups and go to different events and meet different people and figure out ways we can all work together. And again, back to promoting acceptance and equality.
Yes.
And all for Chicago.
Yes. Okay, so here's a huge question.
boy.
I'm super excited. So gay marriage passed in Illinois effective June 1. I'm an ordained minister, and my plan is to go down and try to perform as many weddings as I can. Side note, are you guys going to throw a big celebration, or like what are you going to do to celebrate that triumphant, groundbreaking day?
We have been talking about that and trying to figure out the best way to do that. Obviously, we want to be involved. We've been so excited about it, and I think that hopefully there'll be a lot of wedding celebrations where they'll be serving Halsted Vodka, because I think that would be a great way to toast all the marriages that we'll be having. But yes, so details on that to come as we try to figure out exactly what we're going to do.
Yeah.
And people can find you on Twitter.
Halsted Vodka. We are on Twitter. We're on Facebook. Just look for the Halsted Vodka there.
And your website is halstedvodka.com?
HalstedVodka.com is where you'll find us.
One more thing I wanted to say. I also love your tagline, the spirit of the gay community, because you're both the spirit and the spirit. That's really clever. Yeah.
Quite proud of that one.
Yeah, I would be too.
Good job.
Those 3 years of extensive market research worked.
Yeah.
It's like memorable,
But
which
hey,
is great.
it works. I know.
Yeah. Well, cool. This is awesome. Thank you so much for being here and for sharing your vodka with us.
Thank you.
And
delicious.
Having it.
we're excited to see what the future holds for the company.
I know, it's exciting.
Do you guys have plans to like branch out of the Chicago area into other markets and
You know,
states
maybe
and things?
someday. We think that would be really nice, and there's certain cities that would be a good fit for that. You think San Francisco, Miami. I don't know. I used to live in Seattle. I'd love to go back there. Denver, where we make it out there. But we've got to really get grounded here in Chicago before we can do that.
Then would you like pick a street name in San Francisco and be like San Francisco Street Vodka? I don't know. I've never been. I don't know anything about San
We'll have to work with
Francisco.
our marketing.
Golden Gate.
You
Vodka.
only go to cities that have a Halsted Street.
Maybe a lot of them do.
I don't know if that would
right?
limit us.
Yeah.
Fun.
Research
You could go
project.
someplace down in Utah.
We have a lot of
That'll
research
work
to do. I know. It's going to go over.
Oh.
So great.
Oh, wow. Are you from Chicago originally?
Originally, I was born here, but then moved away for a long time and recently came back.
Nice.
So I'm glad
Welcome
to be
home.
back.
Yeah.
Thank
Nice.
you.
We're neither of us are from here, but we've both been here for a really long time. So it's our home.
It's our home.
Well, cheers, Sally. Thank you so much for being
Cheers.
here. Halsted Vodka, the spirit of the gay community.